Fields on the turn. They're off. That's Blackie Ace time for the early lead between horses into the turn. Goes Barmeri Pegasus with Puppet Direct, 4 wide. Acacia Boy along the rail, 5th to the quarter mile. Goes Jim Harvey with Barbarous, and around the turn they go. The early leader, Blackie Ace, time by 2, racing up on the outside. Acacia Boy, 2nd. Position goes Blackie Ace time in 3rd to the 3/8 pole. That's Barmeri Pegasus. Jim Harvey is 4th. Racing in 5th to the half mile, and on the move is Puppet Direct. In 6th as they swing round the turn and go into the half mile. On the outside comes Barbarous. The leader by a length is Acacia Boy. Racing in 2nd on the outside, Jim Harvey. Blackie Ace time is 3rd. Racing in 4th to the 3/4 goes Puppet Direct. In 5th along the rail, Barmeri Pegasus. On the outside, Barbarous 6th. Reveille Cathy is 7th. In 8th position, that's TS Special, and trailing the field of the 3/4 comes JR Overcheck. Around the turn, the Acacia Boy stays there a length. Racing in 2nd as they turn for home comes Jim Harvey. Racing in 3rd is Blackie Ace time in the lane. On the front end, Acacia Boy the leader. Blackie Ace time. Barbarous is closing ground on the outside. That's Barbarous on the outside, moving up to get the lead. TS Special comes on 2nd. That's Barbarous and TS Special. Fields on the turn. They're off. Along the inside for the early goes Keen Fella with What a Dud. Mackenzie King came away 3rd, getting off 4th as they race into the first turn. Goes Suspender with Boyfriend, Alvern Rainbow, and Telestrator. And What a Dud moves up on the outside to take that early lead. Racing in 2nd position is Keen Fella. In 3rd, Mackenzie King. They go by the quarter-mile pole in 31 1/5. On the front stretch, the leader is What a Dud by 2 lengths. Racing in 2nd to the 3/8 marker on the rail goes Keen Fella. Telestrator moves up 3rd. Racing in 4th to the clubhouse turn is Alvern Rainbow. On the front end, the leader by a length into the half mile, What a Dud. Telestrator 2nd, racing in 3rd, and on the move now to the half mile. That's Keen Fella. Along the rail 4th is Mackenzie King. Racing in 5th after a half mile comes Alvern Rainbow. They go to the 3/4. What a Dud out there, a length and a quarter. Telestrator 2nd, Mackenzie King is 3rd. Alvern Rainbow racing 4th. In 5th to the corner goes Suspenders. Final 3/8 of a mile. What a Dud, the leader by 3 lengths. Racing in 2nd in the stretch is Telestrator. Mackenzie King comes on 3rd. It's What a Dud, the leader on the outside. Mackenzie King is closing ground 2nd. What a Dud with Mackenzie King on the outside closing. Photo. On the turn. They're off. That's fast change for the early lead. Coming away between horses was Mr. Burright down along the rail. Bubbling Crude and around the turn. Fast change takes the early lead. Up on the outside to be second to the quarter-mile pole now. Goes Sportin' Bucks. And around the turn, the leader is Loose Change. Fast change racing in second. Bubbling Crude. They go off the quarter. 29 seconds. The leader by 2 lengths now into the 3 aces. Fast change. Bubbling Crude's right after him second. Racing in third to the clubhouse turn goes Mr. Burright. Racing in fourth position. That's Egyptian Rob on the outside fifth. Comes Bet Your Bucks in sixth round. The turn on the rail. Fighting Ace on the outside. Moving up to be seventh is Sierra's Ace. That's Bet Your Bucks under pressure on the outside. Challenging fast change for the lead. Racing into third now is Sierra's Ace. Bubbling Crude is fourth. Racing in fifth to the corner on the outside comes Sportin' Bucks. Sierra's Ace up to get that lead. Racing into second goes Sportin' Bucks. Dropping back third there is Bet Your Bucks. That's Sportin' Bucks on the outside. Sierra's Ace along the rail. Into third now goes Fighting Ace, and around the turn they go. Sportin' Bucks on the outside, the leader racing in second in the stretch. Sierra's Ace off stride through the lane is Fighting Ace. The leader is Sportin' Bucks racing in second. Sierra's Ace. That's Sportin' Bucks. Wheels off the turn. They're off. Along the inside, that State House for the early lead. Winging up in the middle of the track goes Tacky with Double Bill. Into that first turn they go. The early leader is Tacky. Double Bill racing second. State House is third. Racing in fourth position, Native leader Flicky Crystal. Trailing the field as they go into the quarter. Handy Skipper up top by a length. Tacky the quarter. 28-3. Racing in second position, that's Double Bill. In third to the 3/8 pole goes the State House. Racing in fourth, Native leader. 3-length gap finds Flicky Crystal fifth. Trailing the field is Handy Skipper. Over to the half, no change. Tacky's had the best of it. He still does by a length. Racing right there, second is Double Bill. In third to the half-mile juncture goes State House, the half-mile, 59 2/5. On the back stretch, the leader by a length is Tacky. Racing in second. Double Bill underway now to the 3/4 mile pole goes Flicky Crystal, and driving from second is Double Bill. It's Tacky, the leader. Double Bill out there second. Saving ground, State House third. Into fourth, that's Native leader. Fifth, Flicky Crystal, and around the turn off the 3/4 mile pole and rough gated there was State House. They turn for home. The leader is Tacky by 3 lengths. Racing on the outside, second in the lane is Flicky Crystal with Native leader third. The leader by 3 is Tacky on the outside. Flicky Crystal racing second, but it's Tacky easily. They're off. From between horses, Sinfully Rich with Classic Vision. Coming away there, TJ's Charity. On the outside into the turn goes Pure Sin, and around the turn they go. TJ's Charity moves up on the outside to get the early lead. Racing in second position goes Sinfully Rich. Pure Sin comes on third. Racing in fourth as they go to the quarter-mile pole. That's Classic Vision. On the front end now, taking the lead by a length, is Pure Sin. Racing in second to the 3/8 marker goes TJ's Charity. Racing in third. That's Sinfully Rich. Coming on to be fourth is Netta Hale. In fifth to the half-mile pole. Classic Vision. Moving up sixth is Natural Nat. They swing into the half-mile on the front end. The leader is Pure Sin, a length and a half. Racing in second after a half-mile, and 59 2 goes TJ's Charity. Gaining ground third as they go over to the 3/4. That's Netta Hale. Racing in fourth is Sinfully Rich. Natural Nat is fifth. Racing sixth to the corner. Classic Vision. Rust Proof is seventh. In eighth position as they go to the upper turn. That's Tessa Sampson, and around the turn they go. The leader by 2 is Pure Sin. On the outside, gaining ground second comes Netta Hale. Natural Nat now comes on third. They're in the lane. Pure Sin's the leader by 3 open lengths. On the outside, closing ground second. That's Natural Nat. It's Pure Sin under a drive. Natural Nat on the outside, racing second. Pure Sin with Natural Nat. Pure Sin and Natural Nat. Turn. They're off. That's Dice 6 with Thorn Eagle for the early lead in the middle of the track. Awesome Perry on the outside. Clever Charm came away well with the Midnight Eagle, and around the turn the leader a length. Awesome Dice 6 fifth and go down to the quarter. The Midnight Eagle's up to get that lead. The quarter 29 3/5. Awesome Perry racing second. Racing in third to the 3/8 pole goes Clever Charm, and out of second now is Awesome Perry. They move into their clubhouse turn. The leader by a length is Awesome Perry. Racing in second, the Midnight Eagle with Clever Charm out of third. Coming on fourth, Fox Valley Nugget. Thorn Eagle towards the inside fifth. Dice 6 out there sixth. Racing seventh. Chi-Town Nicky Prancing Joy is eighth. Ron's Eagle is ninth. The trailing horse Winner Skip. Over to the 3/4 on a short lead. Awesome Perry. On the outside, the challenger is Clever Charm. Along the rail, the Midnight Eagle third. Racing up fourth, Fox Valley Nugget. In fifth round, the turn to the 3/4 goes Thorn Eagle, 3/4, 131-1. They turn for home. On the front end, the leader by 2 open lengths is Awesome Perry. In the stretch, it's Awesome Perry, the leader. On the far outside, Chi-Town Nicky's cooking up a wicked brew. That's the Chi-Town Nicky coming on to get the lead and draw off Chi-Town Nicky.
Hello. Okay, thanks. All right, bye.
Number 5, Chi-Town Nicky. They're off. That Smiler's Pride out sharply for the early lead. Speed Bump came away second. Getting off third as they look for position into that first turn was Pa Koziel with Song of Oz, and taking the lead is Speed Bump. Dropping in second round, the turn to the 1/4 mile pole goes Smiler's Pride in third position now. Song of Oz, he tucks in third. They go off the 1/4 mile pole. 28-2, the leader by 2.5 lengths is Speed Bump. Racing in second to the 3/8 pole, that's Smiler's Pride, a 3-length gap to third. Fine Song of Oz in fourth there. Dan racing in fifth. Pa Koziel, Maxie Magoo is sixth. Racing in seventh position round the turn goes Matt Mahone in eighth after a half mile. That's Blazing Winner, the trailing horse, Bovis. Over to the 3/4, staying out there by 2. The leader is Speed Bump. Racing in second to the 3/4, Smiler's Pride. In third position is Airy Dan. Racing in fourth now, Matt Mahone. In fifth to the corner, Song of Oz. Racing in sixth position as they go to the 3/4. That's Bovis, and around the turn, Speed Bump stays out there by 2. Racing in second position as they turn for home comes Smiler's Pride. Speed Bump, the leader, with Smiler's Pride racing second. Airy Dan is third, and now Smiler's Pride takes the lead. Speed Bump with Airy Dan out there third. A driving finish. That's Airy Dan getting up. They're off. That's Mohawk Charmer for the early lead. Between horses goes Fox Valley Senator. Shonsky came away well on the rail. He'll be swift, and around the turn, that's Shonsky taking the lead on the outside. The challenger second to the 1/4. Fox Valley Senator in third. He'll be swift. Mohawk Charmer tucks fourth. Beats the Best and Valiant as they go off the 1/4 mile. 28 3/5, and now up on the outside, that's the Mohawk Charmer to take the lead, racing second. Fox Valley Senator in third. To the 3/8 pole goes Shonsky, racing in fourth position to the half-mile pole. He'll be swift. Beats the Best is fifth. Coming on sixth is Valiant. On the outside, Shades of Victory seventh. Then it's Final Departure and Sweet Sport They move by the half-mile pole, 59-3. The leader a half length is the Mohawk Charmer. Shonsky out there challenging second along the rail, third. Fox Valley Senator coming on fourth. He'll be Swift. Valiant moves up fifth. Beats the Best is sixth. They go to the 3/4 mile pole. The leader by a half length is the Mohawk Charmer. Shonsky gains ground under urging second, the 3/4, 129-4, and now Shonsky takes a head lead, but closing ground is He'll Be Swift. On the outside, Valiant, they're in the lane. That's Shonsky, the leader, 3/4 of a length. On the outside, racing second, He'll Be Swift. Valiant closing ground. That's Valiant on the outside, getting up. Fails on the turn. They're off. Along the inside, Fox Valley Gemma for the early lead. Jano Buttons came out of there well. Getting off third, Diamond Renvey, and Jano Buttons takes a length lead. Diamond Renvey challenging second. In third, Fox Valley Gemma. Jan Skipper is fourth, racing in fifth. Bittersweet Spirit, Glad Rags Grace is sixth. Dancin' LaRue seventh. Then it's Rayanne and Nikki's Lady by the quarter, 29 2/5. The leader is Diamond Renvey. Racing second, Jano Buttons. In third, Fox Valley Gemma. Jan Skipper is fourth. On the move, fifth, Bittersweet Spirit. Racing sixth to the half-mile mark is Glad Rags Grace, and around the turn, the leader by a length and a half into the half-mile is Diamond Renvey. Racing in second position now goes Jano Buttons. Fox Valley Gemma comes on sharply third. The half-mile mark in 1 2/5. Fox Valley Gemma's up to get that lead. Diamond Renvey is second. Racing in third to the 3/4, Jano Buttons on the outside. Bittersweet Spirit is fourth along the rail. Glad Rags Grace on the move now, fifth along the rail, sixth. That's Jan Skipper, 3/4, 129-4. Fox Valley Gemma, length and 3/4, racing in second. Diamond Renvey, they're in the stretch. It's Fox Valley Gemma, the leader by 2 lengths. Diamond Renvey is second. Jano Buttons out there third. Glad Rags Grace is fourth. But it's Fox Valley Gemma. They're off. That's Hello Daddy for the early lead. Down along the inside, coming away well, was Good Nighty on the outside. Frisky Dixie moves up, and off stride as they drive into the turn was Pretty Intense. Impeded there was Sycamore Happy, and around the turn they go. Now off stride as they enter the stretch the first time. On the front end, that's Hello Daddy taking the lead. Racing in second position goes Good Nighty in third. Frisky Dixie racing fourth is Pelair Hot Lips. In fifth position goes Snapper Skipper racing in sixth. Sycamore Happy in seventh. That's Catch Me Later. Racing in eighth position as they go to the half-mile pole, Pretty Intense. That was Maybe Sweet on a break earlier. The half-mile 59 and a fifth. They go to the three-quarter mile pole. The leader by a length and a quarter is Hello Daddy. Racing in second position to the three-quarter mile mark. Now on the wood is Good Nighty. Pelair Hot Lips moves up third. Racing in fourth to the three-quarters comes Frisky Dixie. On the outside, Snapper Skipper is fifth. And around the turn they go. The leader by two is Hello Daddy. Down along the inside, Good Nighty is second. Pelair Hot Lips is hanging out there third. Frisky Dixie is fourth. They're in the lane. On the front end, the leader by a length is Hello Daddy. On the outside, closing ground, that's Good Nighty. Also coming on, Pelair Hot Lips. That's Pelair Hot Lips on the outside taking the lead.